If you can tell you've been less productive as the years go by, let's talk about it because it doesn't have to be this way just because life is crazy right now or because you're getting older. You can wake up with energy, feel excited for your day, and be productive so you can get everything done before 5 p.m. and then have time to enjoy your life. I'm Martha Lewis, and as a functional health coach for the past 5 years, I've helped myself and over 200 clients find the root causes of their health issues so they can consistently sleep 7 to 9 hours without drugs. Today, I'm going to share with you the number one thing you can do to get out of that overwhelm and rushing around all the time and get back to being productive and calm. So, first, I want to tell you about one of my clients, Jaipal. So, he has had sleep trouble since grad school when he came to me. So, for almost 20 years. He was waking up exhausted and just felt so sluggish through the day, like he had no energy, no clarity, no creativity. And he was an architect, so he needed all of those things. And he just knew that his cognitive abilities weren't functioning the way that he wanted them to. And he wanted to tap into that peak level performance every day, and he simply couldn't get there anymore. And he was worried if it maybe wasn't the right time to address this because he had just gone through a painful divorce, but he knew that he needed a change. I mean, he felt like his job and his whole career were literally at risk. So luckily, he signed up for the program. We did the labs and they showed that he had H. pylori, which is a bacterial infection, as well as some other overgrowth in his gut. He had estrogen dominance, which for men means that estrogen is higher than testosterone, which indicates liver detox issues. He was reacting to certain foods and his minerals were out of balance. And so all of these things totally were affecting his sleep and his energy and explained why he wasn't sleeping well and why he was feeling so sluggish during the day. So I helped him address the imbalances with diet changes and supplements, and he made progress really quickly. And then I also helped with mental stress about his divorce and even about how he was feeling about himself because he wasn't functioning the way that he wanted to be, especially with his work. Now, he improved really quickly. He started sleeping better in the first month. He lost 15 pounds without even trying in the first 2 months. And by the end of 6 months, he had gotten his creativity, confidence, and energy back so that he was able to get back to being productive and thrive in his business as an architect. So, if this sounds good to you, and if everything seems overwhelming and you're always behind on what you're supposed to do, if you're working after you get home and then staying up late to try to get everything done, if you're not motivated to go to sleep earlier because you don't sleep that well anyway, and then when you do go to sleep, you don't sleep well, you're restless and tossing and turning, and then you're less productive the next day because of your sleep, and then that becomes vicious cycle. And then when you don't get enough sleep, it's affecting how productive you are the next day. So projects that could be accomplished in 3 or 4 steps might take 10 or 12 because when you aren't you don't have that highly engaged cognition, you're less able to apply critical thinking, problem solving, and creative vision skills. So everything you're trying to do is going to take so much longer. So, what you actually need to do is focus on your sleep first. And I mean, prioritize sleep, of course, and start going to bed earlier, but also get to the root of why you aren't sleeping well, of why you're sleeping restlessly, of why you're tossing and turning, of why you're awake in the middle of the night, or why you don't go to bed early because it's going to take you hours to fall asleep anyway, and why you're not waking up feeling rested in the morning. So it's more than just going to bed earlier and prioritizing sleep. It's making sure that you are sleeping soundly. And so you need to get to the root of why you aren't. And there are different imbalances in your body that are causing that. And so some of the most common imbalances I see definitely have to do with gut health. I'll tell you, none of my clients have a healthy gut, even if they don't have digestive issues that they know about. I look at gut health for all of my clients, and no one has a perfectly healthy gut. So, what could be happening is there could be pathogens, so a parasite or H. pylori like Jaipal had, or bacterial overgrowth or yeast like Candida. So all of those creatures are nocturnal. So it's the middle of the night that they are most active and they cause a lot of inflammation. So if you're waking up around 3 or 4 a.m. like clockwork and can't go back to sleep for a while afterwards, this is likely why. It's because there's an infection in your gut and it's affecting your sleep. Now, we also need the good bacteria in our gut to make neurotransmitters. So, serotonin, GABA, dopamine, all of these chemicals that our body's supposed to make that help us feel calm and relaxed and able to sleep. I commonly see hormone imbalance as well, like I just talked about with Jai Paul, where estrogen was higher than it should have been. Because what's really important is that the hormones are in balance with each other. So it's more than just, oh, estrogen is in range and oh, progesterone is in range. We also need them to be in balance with each other. Another common thing I see has to do with cortisol. So cortisol is our stress hormone, but it should be very low at night and at bedtime and in the middle of the night. And so if it's high at night, we need to find out why that is. And usually it has to do with the pathogen in the gut, with the liver not detoxing properly. And then those toxins are circulating around at night, causing a lot of inflammation and blood sugar imbalances. So if you're on this extreme blood sugar roller coaster all day, that's going to continue into the night. And whenever your blood sugar drops too low, your body's going to release cortisol because that gives our cells energy. But it's also going to cause you to wake up with your mind racing, feeling like you're wired, even though you're so tired. So, those are just some of the reasons why you aren't sleeping well to begin with. And then, if you're also, when you're not sleeping well, and even if you're staying up late, so no matter what, you're not getting enough sleep, then that is going to affect your productivity the next day. So, there was a quote I heard somewhere that one less hour of sleep per night that you get is going to cost you 2 hours the next day in lost productivity. Because think about it, when you're tired and you get distracted, it's so much harder to get back on track when you haven't slept well. And so our brains are just going to operate so much better when we've gotten the sleep we need and we're going to be able to be productive. So when you get to the root of why you aren't sleeping, then you're going to be able to fall asleep easily, to stay asleep all night. Most importantly, to wake up feeling rested and have energy. And then you're going to be able to be productive, think clearly, get everything done. And then you're actually going to have time to enjoy your life. So instead of, being on your laptop after work, half paying attention to your son, you're going to actually be able to be present with him. You're going to be able to make plans and go to happy hour with your friends because you will have gotten everything done that you were supposed to during the day. You're not bringing your work home with you. You're going to be excited to make a healthy dinner for your family instead of feeling guilty for serving mac and cheese again. And you're going to be able to actually relax at night instead of trying to get more done. So maybe you get to cuddle with your partner on the couch and watch your favorite TV series. Maybe you can take a long bath. And then all of those things, having that time to relax, to be present, to go have fun, to socialize, all of those things are going to set you up for greater sleep the next night as well. So then you're in the cycle of, instead of not getting enough sleep, not sleeping well, being tired, not getting things done, working late, and then not sleeping well again, it's the opposite cycle where you're going to sleep well, you're going to wake up rested, you're going to be productive, you're going to get everything done, you're going to be able to enjoy your evening and your non-work time and spend less time working, and then you're going to sleep so much better and be on that cycle instead. So that is what is possible. And that's how we want our lives to be. So even if you're in that crazy stage of work and kids and all of that, or you're getting older and you think this is just how it is, it's not. We can continue to sleep well, to be productive, to think clearly, even as we get older, even when life seems crazy. And when you're sleeping well and have gotten to the root of being able to sleep well, then life is going to feel a lot less crazy. It's going to feel like you can handle everything, even if you're super busy right now. So you don't have to wait for retirement. You don't have to wait till your kids move out of the house. You don't have to wait till that next big project is done. You can start doing this now, and it's just going to help everything right away. So, if this is something you are interested in, my complete sleep solution program can help you with this. So, it's a 6-month private coaching program. It includes functional lab testing plus assessments. So, I get to go into detective mode and find the root causes of why you aren't able to sleep well. And then I give you a plan to fix it. So then you sleep well, you have energy during the day, you're motivated and excited for your day, you're able to be productive and efficient, and then able to enjoy the rest of your life as well. So the first step is to book a consultation where we will talk about what's going on with your sleep and health. We can meet each other, get to know each other. I want to know what you're dealing with, make sure that I can help you. And then we'll talk about what your goals are. And if the program is a good fit for you, then I'll explain the program and you can get started. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you next time.